Ah, the goblin jeered, sticking his tongue out at them. You can't trick me. He pointed in the opposite direction, where a rabbit was hopping along, chewing litter. That rabbit has the wand, the goblin yelled, and he chased after it. We can talk to the fox in peace, Eddie whispered. The ghost walked quietly over to the fox. Eddie hovered above them. This time the fox didn't run away. Hello, Kirsty said softly. That one belongs to our friend Eddie the garden fairy, and she'd like it back. The fox looked stubborn. If Eddie gets a wand back, we'll be able to finish the garden, Rachel explained. If we don't finish, it'll be turned into a parking lot instead. There won't be any flowers or trees, Kirsty added. Just lots and lots of concrete and cement. The fox seemed to frown. He sat there for a moment, and then he placed the wand on the grass. He stepped back. Oh, thank you, Eddie exclaimed joyfully. She fluttered down and catched the wand, which immediately shrank down to fairy size. The fox smiled and bounded away. Rachel turned as she heard a loud rumbling sound in the distance. Here comes the bulldozers, she gasped. That means the mayor must have arrived too. Eddie and the ghosts hurried back to the garden. As they went, they saw the rabbits and squirrels crisscrossing the field in front of the goblin waving their fake wands. The goblin was chasing first one, then another, looking very frustrated. I wonder when he'll realize that the animals have pretend wands, Rachel laughed. I'll send him home soon if he doesn't figure it out, Eddie replied with a wink. As the ghosts reached the garden, the bulldozers pulled up to the lot. All the volunteers, including Janet, were gathered around the mayor near the wooden arch. But Rachel and Kirsty were disappointed to see that the garden hadn't been finished. Don't worry, girls, Eddie whispered, ducking out of sight behind Kirsty's hair. Now that I have my wand back, I can help. Rachel and Kirsty watched eagerly as Eddie waved her wand. A mist of glittering fairy dust cleared away all the trash in a flash. Another flick of Eddie's wand made the flowers bloom just a little more brightly, and it also made all the green leaves shine. Then Eddie sent a stream of magic sparkles towards the middle of the garden, and a large bed of beautiful flowers appeared in a rainbow of colors. Please come and see what we've done, Janet said to the mayor, as everyone turned to look at the garden. We didn't have much time, but she stopped, looking surprised. Well, it looks even more beautiful than I thought it did. This is just wonderful, the mayor declared, her face breaking into a smile. Please show me around, Janet. You and all the other volunteers have done a great job, Eddie whispered to Kirsty and Rachel, as Janet took the mayor on a tour of the garden. Now that I have my wand back, I'm going to take care of all the gardens on Rainspell and everywhere else. I don't think we need a parking lot here, the mayor announced with a smile. I think that this space should definitely be a wildlife garden. Rachel and Kirsty cheered and applauded with everyone else as the bulldozers rumbled away. Eddie looked delighted too. I need to get back to Fairyland and tell everyone the good news, she murmured. Thank you, girls, and remember to keep a lookout for goblins and wands. Eddie blew them both a kiss and disappeared in a cloud of fairy dust. Doesn't it feel good to do something for Rainspell Island, Rachel? Kirsty said happily. After all, this is where we met our very first magic friends, the Rainbow Fairies. Rachel nodded in agreement. What should we call the park? The mayor asked Janet. Janet glanced at the cluster of colorful flowers in the middle. How about Rainbow Park? She suggested. Rachel and Kirsty glanced at each other with a smile as everyone cheered. Perfect, Rachel whispered.